Hey, what's up? We're just going to do some crypto chatting today. Crypto chatting. See what the market's going to do, what we think, what projects we're looking at, what do we think the rate hikes are going to do tomorrow. What's up, Sofa King? I think I'm just going to do a chat today. I'm not even going to look at the charts. I'm just going to do a chat today. Let's just chat. Throw in any comments you want. We're streaming live on TikTok and YouTube as usual. Daily Crypto Bull across all the socials. Hey, if you guys could do me a favor and get us up to 100 likes, that would be super rad. Super rad. What's up, Mining Monkey? What's up, Sam? We're just going to chat today. Did anybody get involved in the... Send us up to 100 likes if you can real quick. Boom, boom, boom. I see some coming in. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah. You guys are awesome. Like, you did that, like, super fast. You're awesome. Thank you. What's up, Goldina? What's up, Imlada? Did anybody try to mint an other side, a Bored Ape metaverse land over the weekend? I did. I was not successful. And I want to talk about it because, and I know a lot of people have talked about it, but I was exhausted after it. I spent a couple days, like all day, like 16-hour days, getting all my stuff together because I had several wallets, not me, because back in March, I did my own KYC. I had other friends of mine and family members do KYC wallets because I go, I don't know what they're going to do with this, but you're going to want to get on this. So we had a lot of wallets. And you know what? None of us got one piece of land. None of us. And we all tried to spend like $2,000 up to a whole Ethereum in gas. None of us got one. This is by far the biggest fail Yuga Labs has had. By far. By far. Yeah, a lot of that happens, says Goldina. Yeah, I know. Yuga. And there's a theory going around that they knew damn well this was going to happen, and they were going to use that as a catalyst, we'll call it deception, to talk about launching their own chain to bring Ape over too. Maybe they did. Maybe that is it. What's up? Oh, what is it? I can't read it very well. Adanis Mart Official. What's up, bud? Any thoughts about One and Cake? Sofa King, was it on purpose? It might have been, because I also talked to some people that know more about making these types of contracts, and Yuga Labs had basically zero gas optimization in their contract. And which gas optimization, not a coder, but I just came to the conclusion that they could have done so much more, and they could have done gas optimization because they knew this was going to be nuts. They could have done gas optimization in their minting contract, and it could have held the gas to probably like $500 or less. They didn't do any of it. People that actually got land paid about 2.5 Ethereum for gas, for a transaction fee, and plus to get the land. And I'm like, I was just over the whole weekend. Hey, there's 130 people on here. We're at 392 likes. Could you guys be super awesome, which you are already, but even more awesome, and send us up to 1,000 likes? That'd be awesome. Did anybody get to mint other side land over the weekend? I want to hear what your experience was. Whether you minted it or not, did you try to? I want to hear your experience. Because mine was god-awful. So disappointing. Sam says, I think it was the plan. They knew the gas was going to be high, then dump the coin. I mean, I knew the coin was going to dump. If you guys are following our Discord, go join our Discord if you haven't. Just click the link in the TikTok or bio, or if you're watching YouTube, link in description. Join there, because I said, hey, when that land sale is over, I'm shorting ApeCoin. And I did. So I did make some good money shorting ApeCoin. Really good money, actually. Goldina, appreciate you. Sam, you're awesome too. While gas was high, you couldn't dump the coin because the fee was too high. Well, the fee didn't... You mean at the time? Well, you could have just been holding it on Coinbase and sell it there. But I think the better play was to short it, right? Because if you short it, then you actually get all those gains. You get all those gains from shorting it, and you still get to hold the coin, and you could actually use leverage and make, X multipliers. So that was the play I did. So I made some there. Adding in iSmart Official. Okay. Sorry, your name keeps popping up like where my keyboard is here, and so I can't like quite make it out because we got these letters and the black and the white. I don't know, whatever. Hey, pump us up to 1,000 likes. I'm surprised. I thought we'd be there by now. You guys, pump it up if you could. I really appreciate it. But tell me, did any of you even attempt to mint other side land over the weekend? Phantom looks like a strong buy. I would not disagree with that. But I'm just coming more and more to the conclusion that are you guys aware that there's going to be a Federal Reserve interest rate hike tomorrow, May the 4th? May the 4th be with you. Are you guys aware of that? And do you understand how that affects the value of assets such as crypto and stocks and houses and cars and gold and everything? Because the biggest reason to raise the interest rate, I don't want to get into it because I want to see what any of you think. I want to see what some of you think before I share my thoughts. I've been saying my thoughts. I've been saying what I believe it means, and that's based on historical data. That's kind of just based on math too. But I could be wrong. I'm not like, hey, what's up, Jeff? The 5th will be a big increase for crypto. That could be short term. Okay, I'm just going to say, here's what I think is going to happen. I think tomorrow the interest rate hike is going to be announced, done, which is 0.5%. We know it's all coming. I think it's already priced into everything. And I think once it gets announced, then the prices of everything tomorrow is going to go up. Forever? No. But I think it's going to go up, and then it's going to go down. I think we are in a greater bear market. I think we are moving further into a recession, which means that in a recession, the inflation goes down and the value of cash goes up in a recession. And the reason the Fed does that is as they raise the interest rates, it makes it more expensive to borrow money. So when people are going to get loans for houses and cars and other stuff, it costs them more. Their monthly payment is higher. And that's what most people are really looking at. You got to boil it down to, all right, how much am I making or whatever, or how much am I paying really on this monthly payment, whether it be a house, a car, gold, investment, whatever it is. Stocks, of course. So assets should typically go down, but they will go up and down and up and down. But I think overall we're in a greater bear trend for probably at least like 6 months. The next 6 months is what I think. But I think tomorrow, I think you're right. I think Jeff said that. I think we are going to see things go up tomorrow. So I probably will be looking to take a short term and long on things, but I'll probably wait till tomorrow. What do I think of internet computer? I don't know enough about it to really give a strong thought. But I know people that like it, that's for sure. People that I value their opinions. You think the market will go up as a fake out and then dump? Not as a fake out. Just a measurement of certainty, because we have a good amount of certainty right now. We know there's going to be a 0.5% interest rate hike tomorrow, and that's going to cause. So there's not much uncertainty left, but I think the market is staying down and suppressed, just waiting to make sure that's what happens. Plus to see what Chairman Powell also says, because he will make some kind of statement about what the next rate hike is going to be. So I don't know what time he talks tomorrow, but when he's done talking, I expect, depending on what he says, I expect the markets to go up tomorrow. Now, I'm not saying we're going in a bull market, because we are, in my opinion, in a bear ass market. And I think that's going to continue, because we've been in a bull market for over a decade, and the last 2 years were parabolic moves, even in a rapidly decade-long increasing market. And that's typically, so I think that we're hitting kind of a blow-off top, frankly, in terms of all markets. Except for crypto. It doesn't feel like crypto doesn't blow off top. But I could see Bitcoin by the end of the year getting down to like 21K. But be happy about that, in my opinion. Be happy, be excited, be thrilled about that. Because then you get to buy that stuff super cheap. What about ApeCoin? By the way, I didn't see anyone mention, did anybody, give me a yes or a no, did you attempt to mint other side land over the weekend? Sofa King, there should be somewhere that will use Bitcoin as collateral for mortgage. That's right. I think I saw. I didn't read the article, but I thought I saw. Was it Goldman? Somebody was using, not for mortgages, but they were using Bitcoin as collateral for loans. Shoot, I should have read that, but I was so, my adrenaline had been going for 2 days straight. I was exhausted. I'm still tired, but I was like, it's Tuesday. I didn't go live yesterday because I was just burned. But I was like, I got to get live today. I don't even want to look at charts. I just want to talk with you guys because it's extra exhausting to look at charts. So I'm not even doing that today. Bitcoin's on a 100-year plus bull market with corrections in between. Absolutely, Big Brass. Absolutely. I completely agree with you. Jeff saying, so take profits. I mean, I can say that, I liquidated a lot of things to get as much ApeCoin as I could. And now I've sold my ApeCoin, turned it into cash, because I know that the interest rate thing is happening. So I may just do a lot of trading, because I always have a bag of Ethereum and Bitcoin that I use just for trading. But I may just kind of keep a lot of my cash and just trade with cash, because you can trade against coins with coins, and get your profits in USDT using Bybit, which is probably what I will do. Because you know what the Fed's trying to do? They're trying to increase the value of cash, of the US dollar. That's why they raise the interest rate. Because when it's more expensive to borrow money, the money's worth goes up. And they're also going to be selling bonds, right? They've been buying bonds for a very long time, which means money goes out, they take bond. Money goes out, they take bond. But they're going to be now selling bonds, which means bonds go out, money come in. Bonds go out, money come in. And they're going to be having that. So they're going to take money out of supply and make money more valuable by making it more expensive to borrow. So by that I mean the US dollar. So since they're inversely related, the value of cash, the value of currency, and the value of assets are inversely correlated for the most part, for basically all assets. Because when money's worth more, houses have to be worth less because their value is denominated in the currency. And as the currency goes up, house prices, I'm telling you, here's my opinion. I think house prices are going down. I think car prices are going down. I think the cost of everything is going down because that's what happens when you reverse inflation. The prices of things go down. When inflation goes up, the prices of things go up. ApeCoin is a fancy shitcoin. It could be. Oreo, thanks for the follow. If it falls to 20K, be very careful using as collateral, says Jeff. Yes, I agree. But actually, if I were to use it as collateral, I would rather use it at those lower prices, for sure. I'm so blessed to be where I am now. I've been watching Getting Ready. Tyler G. What's up, Tyler? I think that we are in a fortunate situation. I think as the market goes lower, I think we will find ourselves in a more fortunate situation if we prepare correctly. Because to me, the writing's on the wall. To me, and I'm not alone, right? I didn't just come up with this like, ooh, Daily Crypto Bull out here thinking for himself and not listening to anybody else. No, I'm not the only one that thinks this, right? A lot of people, I very much respect their views and their experience and their opinions. They're coming to this conclusion too, and to me it seems like the writing's on the wall that the value of cash is going to go up and the value of basically all assets is going down. Stocks, equities, bonds. Well, bonds might actually go up in value. I suppose they would since interest rates are going up. Crypto, probably down more. Housing market's going down. Jeff, I see you over here on YouTube. California housing will become a crisis. It could. Jeez, I mean, you could argue that it already is, right, Jeff? House, yes. Cars, no. Still a chip shortage. That's an interesting point, Jeff. That's an interesting point, Jim. Shortages. That's another very big factor to bring into all of this. Are shortages, right? I think we're going to foresee. We could foresee food shortages. We could foresee. I don't know about labor shortages. There's still a chip shortage. That's true. Cars, I don't know if chips. The reason I say cars bring up a good point, Jim. But the reason I say cars is because loans to buy cars, the interest rates are going up. That's why. And that would also be in line with less demand for cars, because the cost to get cars based on the monthly payment, the interest rate, will go higher, so the demand for cars and houses and everything, demand for everything goes down until prices come down to a level where they're like, okay, I can afford that now even at this higher interest rate. So I think the chip shortage won't be as big of a problem because the demand for cars will come down. This isn't something that happens tomorrow. This is something that plays out over the next year, maybe 2, which lines up perfectly. What's up, D5? Which lines up perfectly with the next Bitcoin halving, which is around March 2024. So, in my opinion, I've been saying it for a while, and I'm getting even more so with it now because of the way this is playing out. I think the opportunity before us over the next 2 years is a true life, just my opinion, not financial advice, is a true life-changing opportunity, and I think it's the last time we really get it in crypto in terms of this massive, massive upside, life-changing ability where you can turn, a few $1,000s into millions of dollars. I think this is it, but I think things are lining up very well so that when the next Bitcoin halving comes around in March 2024, since the value of cash is going to be going up, assets is going to be going down, and in a bear market is when innovation really happens, because things aren't moving at a fast pace. So people are actually focused on innovation instead of launching and cashing in. See what I'm saying? Watch for food shortages this fall, lack of harvest. I agree, Jim. That is something to watch out for, which means it would go up in cost. I don't think that would do anything to inflation, but I think that just that. So if I were taking longs on something, I would take a long on food commodities like wheat. Not financial advice, just my opinion. I always have loopholes to jump through when setting up and verifying accounts. Is this relatable? 100%. But it's also good, Tyler, because that still shows you how early we are, because this stuff isn't ready for mainstream yet. The masses. Is Pulse Chain worth messing with? I don't know if you can. Did they do the airdrop that I'm unaware of? Because there's not much you can do with Pulse Chain right now, based on my understanding. I mean, when Pulse Chain comes out, I did do the sacrifice phase, all those months ago for Pulse Chain, so I'm still waiting for the mainnet to come out for them to do the airdrop. Where do you trade with leverage? FYL 0007 asks. Click the link in my TikTok bio. It'll take you to my resources page, and if you scroll down, you'll see Bybit, BYBIT. Click that button, and be sure to click that button because you get a 3.5% deposit bonus by using that button. Do you see the SEC press release today on crypto? I did not, Sam. What did it say? Jeff over on YouTube, Texas will be low and slow growth. Could be, just like their barbecue. Better to watch it on my computer, 3 to 5 second delay on YouTube stream. Okay, makes sense. Fuel prices drives the inflation. Sort of, especially food, says Jeff. Food and gas. So Jeff, you do bring up another good point, is fuel. Yeah, fuel and food. But I don't think that those necessarily drive inflation. You may have inflationary prices on those commodities, but I think in the greater market, the buying power of cash is just going up, and because it has to, because the Fed is going to keep doing whatever they need to do until they get their number, till they get things back in a balance that's acceptable to them. So I just know that they're not going to stop until that happens. I think they'll bring the damn interest rate to 10% if they have to, if the market won't come back to something closer to equanimity, balance. Press release said more focus on DeFi, stables, and exchanges. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, by the way, if you're here on this stream right now, you are going to make it as long as you keep paying attention. Because as things get more boring, as things get more depressing, as things go down more in price, the opportunity goes up. Seriously. Because if you're here, crypto, blockchain is here to stay. Web3, NFTs, all that stuff. It's here to stay, and it's only going to grow. But it had such a run up that now it's coming down. Plus, the rest of the globe is doing its thing, which is coming down. Massive inflation, so the value of cash going up, so assets are going down. You know this is good stuff. You know this is tech. And you know tech has always been for literally ever, tech has always been the best growth place there is. Do I mean computers by tech? No. Technology, which is just evolution, is improvement of life, improvement of communication, of transportation, of food production, all that stuff. That's all technology. Stables make sense. Stables, Jeff, absolutely. Voyager changed the interest rate on USDC, did they? I didn't see that. When I looked a few days ago, I thought it was still 9%. But yeah, the SEC's coming for stables because that's a real threat to them. That's a real threat to their entire system. Everything comes on truck and boat. Diesel goes up, and so does everything else. Yes and no. Yes, but that's a good point. Yes, that factors in to the cost. So that's also something they're going to be messing with for sure. But that's a good point. I clicked, and these are just my opinions. I clicked the link in bio for Bybit. Is it available to the States? You will, you have to use a VPN. I use VPN Unlimited, and I just set my location to Denmark. Voyager USD is still 9%, is what Danson Hansen says. That's what I thought too, but still up to 25K. It is reduced after that, is what Jeff says. Says after the first 25K, it's reduced. I think it's been like that. Is that, that's a detail that I have not paid that much attention to, Jeff. I feel like it's been 25K for a while, but I could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. Because again, I store a lot of money there, but I move it in and out. So I don't actually know what I should be getting paid on the first of every month. I haven't even looked at my Voyager interest payments from May 1st. Because of the Bored Ape thing, I've been, Thoughts on Cardano stablecoin? I think every layer one needs its own native stablecoin. So it seems necessary. How does that all play out? I don't know. I'm still just in the camp that USDC ends up being the most stable, most valuable stablecoin. Awakened Soul says get your VPN. I agree. And with that being said, using a VPN in crypto, period, is probably something that you should do, in my opinion, because to mask your IP, to just and just using the internet, I think you should be using a VPN just to protect, just to give yourself some privacy. They just sent message out late last week. Okay, so that is new, the 25K. I believe you, Jeff. It goes into effect in June. Okay, well you got to appreciate the at least announcement. But 9% up to 25K is pretty good for most people. And even if you're getting, Jeff, do you know what the interest rate's going to be, what the tiers are going to be above 25K? They very well may not have worked it out yet. So I don't know if they've announced it yet. But if you know, let me know, Jeff. Beachley says, I know, I just want to be in at least 5 good ones that will grow with adoption. Beachley, do you mean crypto coins or do you mean stable coins that will grow with adoption? Because if you're talking about crypto coins, stable coins, 5 sounds like too many to me. To me, it's USDC, UST maybe, USDT, Tether maybe, and that's probably about it. For crypto coins, I'm with you, Beachley. I think I'm going to be, again, because I cashed out a lot of my crypto to get ApeCoin to try to buy a bunch of land, and it didn't work out. So now I got a bunch of cash, and I'm thinking, well, shit, what should I do with it? I think I'm going to put a lot of it in stables because I know where to get 30% interest. And by the way, if you want to learn how to do that, click the link in my TikTok bio or link in YouTube description. It'll take you to my resources page. I have a DeFi guide. It shows you where you can get like 30% on your stablecoins. And these aren't just my, you're not in Anchor DeFi Basque. No, I'm in Anchor too, but that's like 19.5%, which is great. But it's just that right now there's opportunities going on in some of my favorite DeFi protocols that are offering around 30% interest. So I have some in Anchor, but I can't turn down 30%. It was 40%, even 60%. If you're on the stream last week, one of them, I showed you where I saw it was doing 260%. It's not doing that anymore. It's down to like 50 or 40. Have you been on Power of Publish, aka Calvin Hill's TikTok lives? He put me on to crypto. Tyler, I have not. I don't know who that is, but I'm glad he put you on to crypto because obviously I'm a crypto bull daily. But I still haven't gotten any responses unless I missed them. Did anybody, give me a yes or no, did you try to mint Bored Ape Land, other side, land on Saturday? I want to know, yes or no, let me know. Or do you know anyone that did? And what was their experience? Because I can tell you mine was god awful. Sam says nope. Let me get some coffee. I'm just so burned out. I mean, I didn't sleep from like Thursday night I barely slept. Friday night I barely slept. Even Saturday night I barely slept. Hell, even Sunday night I barely slept. Even though the mint was on Saturday. I'm just bummed as hell. Check out the Power of Publish. To everyone in his live, he's legit. Okay. Jeff says, I forgot the actual changes and I deleted the message. Jeff says he thinks the Voyager interest goes down to 7% above 25K when you put in money above 25K on Voyager. And again, Voyager is only available in the States, but you get 9% up to 25K. And, I think they've been talking with the government, we'll say. So hopefully they've worked out some kind of deal that the government allows them to offer that. Because the truth is like, they're not trying to protect us, the government. They're trying to protect their system. So allowing us to get 9% it makes their system look undeniably terrible. Tyler, please stop trying to pluck people out of my stream. Yes, I know someone that is. Oh, it says D5. Did they get it, D5? Lord of Crypto? Did they get it? I really want to know. I want to know someone that got a coda. There's a coda. There's only about 10,000 codas, right? So there's only as many codas. Are you guys familiar with what a coda is? A coda? But you didn't get the details. A coda was something that about 10% of land minters got, which is a character, which is like a Bored Ape, sort of. But I think it's going to be usable in their metaverse. I'm sure Bored Ape's going to be too. But there's only 10,000 of them currently. Maybe there will be 20,000 when they do the other. By the way, right before, here's another thing, Yuga. Right before, like the day of the mint, I read somewhere that they released or got out kind of that, there's actually going to be 200,000 pieces of land. And I'm like, I thought there was going to be 100,000. I thought they were all getting minted today. Well, 55,000 today, plus the other ones that Bored Apes and Mutants got. But you're going to mint another 100,000? I'm starting to wonder if Yuga is more of a money grabber than I thought. I am. And I'm not the only one. But I want to know if they ran bots for the mint. I did see some pictures of some screens of people in like war rooms with crap loads of screens. And I saw like the post, like some of them pending, some of them got it. I have the picture on my phone. Yeah, so there was definitely some high powered, high tech, strong, whatever, great vocabulary I have here, getting it going. So yeah, I mean, I tried to spend $2,000 in Ethereum. So, well over half an Ethereum. What's that? At the time, that was, 0.6, 0.7 Ethereum. None of my transactions went through. None of them. Pissed me off. Well, you couldn't beat the bots. No. I would have had to put I thought, I mean, you get one shot at the gas, really, and I wasn't even close. You had to pay about 2.5 Ethereum in gas to get one, is what it ended up being. Some people paid certainly higher. Jeff, I agree with you. 7's not bad. No, 7's great. 7's great. You can't get in the traditional finance system. You can't find anywhere that gives you that, especially that easily. Have you checked SBX, blockchain security built with utility? No, I haven't. And did you pull that straight off their homepage? One thing that we got to get good at is we got to get good at communicating. Like, blockchain security built with utility. I have no idea what that means. That's not a good selling point. And no one else really knows what that means either. Just buzzy. In a bull market, that works. In a bear market, Because in a bull market, just give me a reason to throw money at something. Well, it's not a necessary money grab, but because of the way smart contracts are written, they might have to mint it more. Maybe. I just wonder. Just because they've been so good at doing everything, and this time they just screwed up so bad, in my opinion, that I can't help but feel there was a bit of intention to it. Because like the next day they're like, oh well, Ethereum, maybe we'll have to launch our own chain, and I'm like, yeah, not the first time you've had that thought. Did you do this on purpose to make us get on board with that? Because I don't even understand. But also part of me is like, yeah, you can just do your own chain and people be excited about it anyways. They don't need to like give a reason. But to migrate Ape from Ethereum to their chain, I don't think people would even give that much pushback on that either. But I mean, if that is just such poor forward thinking on this, and they're talking about wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, etc. They knew goddamn well there was not going to be more than one wave. There's no waves. There's going to be one shot. So why did they mislead us like that? That leaves me scratching my head. AVAX or Solana? I'd pick Solana. Oh, DeFi, you say AVAX? I don't have a strong preference. I'll say that much. I just go with Solana currently, even though they just had that kind of outage again. But AVAX is great too. So I don't know. Plus they're doing subnets. They run themselves differently. D5 says the tech, and D5 knows a lot about crypto tech, a lot more than I do. So that's a valuable perspective by D5 in my opinion. Well-hung amateur, Crow. I'm bullish on Crypto.com long term and FTX. I think getting pieces of these centralized exchanges is kind of, in my opinion, like a can't miss good gainer over time. Have you been staking Solana? Seems smart. I have not been staking Solana. HBAR, Hashgraph technology is a real... D5, what do you think of that? What do you think of Hashgraph versus blockchain? Young Dunn on FTX? No, I haven't. I have not. I don't use FTX that much. It's not my main one that I use. I just like Alameda. I like Sam Bankman. I like FTX being on stuff. It's just obvious that it's going to keep growing. But I should use FTX more. Actually, I absolutely should check that out. Cosmos, I like Cosmos a lot. Who's the best person on YouTube or TikTok? Or, I don't know, me? Solana Discord devs talking about stopping mint. Stopping what mint? Oh, minting of Solana? Is that what you mean? Because Sol is still in beta. Is that what you mean, D5? They're talking about stopping minting new Solana? I just stake it every day? Well, I mean, of NFTs. They're talking about stopping NFT minting temporarily, obviously. Interesting. Is XRP still a good hodl? I think long term, for sure, in my opinion. The best projects have most FUD? Yes and no. Yes and no. My opinion. D5, yes, temporarily. I can see that. God, that really sucks the wind out of a lot of their NFT sales because right? I mean, would anyone disagree with me? Solana's definitely, in terms of NFTs, certainly the strong number two after Ethereum. I mean, Ethereum's obviously by far number one, but Solana's, I mean, that's a hard decision for them to make. But long term, maybe that's a very good one to make. What's up, Deftone? How would a new person get started on NFTs? Just go to OpenSea. Take a look around. Right now, I mean, in my opinion, like, I would say look for NFTs that really have a future, like have real use of a future, like gaming NFTs. Can you tell me about ONT and ONG? I don't understand them. I cannot. I don't know much about them. Solana continues to shit the bed with network issues. No, yes, but so does Ethereum. Can someone tell me which one isn't? When it gets increased demand, which chain does not shit the bed? Yeah, Binance Chain's pretty good. You know, Binance Chain is actually built on Cosmos. I like Cosmos. ApeCoin, good or mean? I think ApeCoin is good. I think they're going to keep finding new utility uses for it for sure. Scroll down here on my. So yeah. Is my chat not working anymore? On YouTube, that is. You're welcome, Beachley. Algo. Oh, you like Algo? Yeah, that's true. I kind of forget about Algo sometimes. Quant. I think Quant's got a future. For sure. But, I mean, guys, I just want to reiterate where I stand. I believe, my opinion, we are just going to go deeper into this bear market and things are going to go down in price. And since I cashed out so many things to try to get land this weekend, I think I'm going to stay a lot in cash for the foreseeable future. Yeah. I mean, I still have money or ETH, Bitcoin, XRP in my trading accounts just to grow, snowball those. If you don't know what I'm talking about, click the link in my bio and take the free masterclass to teach you how to get Bitcoin and Ethereum for free. But Algo has not had network issues. But has Algo really had any massive demand to really test it? I like Engine Kitchen. I like Engine because I'm very, very, very big on blockchain gaming. Very big. It's so obvious to me that it's obviously that's where it's going. What's your opinion on ICX and VRA? I love Veracity. Again, blockchain gaming. What is ICX though? Thoughts on Engine? Yeah, no, I love Engine. Absolutely. Panama and Argentina are starting to use XRP. Are they? Good. You know, XRP already has agreements with literally thousands of banks. They just need this case to get over. With that being said, I think right now we are in accumulation time, and I think we're going to be in accumulation time for the next year and a half, something like that. And this is the time to really get your game face on and accumulate, in my opinion. Yes, an article just went out on it. Okay. What do you think about Meta Fielders? Dennis, I don't know much about them. Go ahead and tell us about them in the comments if you want. Panama is using XDC, Algo, and XLM, but they're also using XRP? Huh. The real solution, Mana, Sandbox, or both, or something else? It's hard to say. To me, I like Sandbox more than Mana, but we'll see, man. Overall, gaming crypto, big time. I like big time. I like Mirandus. Gala. Gala is obviously who makes Mirandus. What else? Illuvium. D5 says Hashgraphs have their use case and they are an interesting way to distribute ledgers. They are. Will blockchain fail bad enough that Hashgraph is such a necessary choice? I don't know. But it does make me more bullish on HBAR. Do you like Star Atlas? Yes. Absolutely. But when will that come out? No idea. But I think we're still early enough. You know what I really like? I like imposters. I like imposters too. Because I really believe in Elliott. I really do. So I'm looking at buying an Imposter's Genesis. They just D5. How could I, if I went to buy an NFT and that NFT gets airdropped, airdropped. Did they get airdropped? Shit. Or do you got to go claim it? Ah, crap. If it's airdropped, they already got it. Because I'm thinking about, I want to buy an Imposters and see if it can still claim. Is there any way, do you know how to tell if an NFT has claimed its freebie? You know, like say you look at a Bored Ape and it hasn't created its mutant ape yet. I have no idea how to look at that. But Imposter, has it claimed its UFO? They're going to be doing pets, I think, roughly next week. So I might buy an Imposter just to, at worst, get the free pet next week. But I just really like Elliot. I really do. If you guys are, I'm talking about Elio Trades on YouTube. Elliot, what's his last name? Something Jewish, Schwartzman or something like that. I can't remember. I think it's literally like Elliot Schwartzman or something like that. Elio Trades, smart guy, great guy. D5, no, well, that's fine. Even if you told me, I probably wouldn't figure it out anyways. Check the contract in their Discord. Oh yeah, I could probably do that on Etherscan. Huh. Yeah, that makes sense. MLB.Candy digital sports cards. I was looking at their partners, and Gala is one of them. It's bullish for MLB.Candy. If you guys are familiar with Ron Jeet in our Discord, he's very big on MLB Candy. And he's a smart guy. Go to our Discord. Check it out if you're not. Link in description or in bio or in description if you're on YouTube. Imagine a game where you need the cards to use the players in a game to earn money. Oh, that's what MLB.Candy is? Huh. Yeah, that's interesting. It makes me think of like RBI Baseball, old Nintendo game, which is, I love that game. See if they're our holders. Yeah, that makes sense. D5, thank you as usual. I'll do charts again tomorrow. I'm just so, I got so burned out with the Other Side Mint. I just wanted to get on here and like just talk and see if anyone else had an experience. Just your thoughts on what could. Oh, that's just your thoughts on what could happen. Well, it sounds to me like that's what should happen. Like that sounds like a good idea, Sofa King. My opinion. Goldina, thanks for the likes. I was down at my mom's too over the weekend because they were some of the people that they had other wallets and I was helping. They don't know how to do it. So I had to like manage all this stuff and I didn't get any. I left my hat down there, my regular hat that I like, my Grand Teton one. What other stuff you guys hearing about? I'm really like. I want the market to go lower. I can't wait for it. Like I want it to just go lower and be done. And I want to get all the shit I want to get. I want to get some NFTs. I want to, of course, get some more coins, which is really just investing in projects you like, right? What do I want to get? Always more Ethereum. It's by far the number one thing I focus on. Probably more Solana. I like Solana. Maybe more AVAX, Polygon, Chainlink for sure. VeChain probably, yep. Gala, oh God, yes. And Bitcoin, of course. XRP, you know it. But I'm trying to minimize how much stuff, how many coins I invest in. I want to be able to like pay more attention instead of being all over the place. Jeff says, I don't think anyone wants to look at charts till they go up anyways. It's been a beating. It's true. Although I do think tomorrow they go up after Powell talks, the rate hike, and then he talks about what they're planning on doing next. I think after that, they will go up. Unless he says something real bad. Which if he did that, he won't do that. Because they very much plan what he very much plans what he's going to say before he ever steps out. There's no on the fly. Even the particular little words they choose, it's very, very meticulous. If they knew the KYC wallets, didn't they know how many people to expect for the Mint? Exactly, Sam. Exactly. I'm not using this tone with you. Here's what I got. Yuga, we know you're in there. We know. We know you knew how many wallets were minted. KYC'd. We know you knew there wasn't going to be any wave 2 or 3. Why'd you bullshit us? Why'd you bullshit us, Yuga? Tell us. We need to know. That's what I got. And they wouldn't tell us how many wallets were KYC'd. We had to speculate. I followed multiple things, but to me, it looked like there were like 70,000 wallets KYC'd that had enough ape and were pre-approved by the time we got up into it. And there were 55,000 pieces of land. If you had enough ape, you could mint 2. And I think it costed more in gas to mint 2 at once. I tried to mint 2 at once with all my wallets. I didn't get any. Awakened Soul gives me an LOL good. Yeah, I ordered this megaphone because sometimes you just gotta get loud. Put some blocking here. My mom got me this for Christmas over a year ago. It's pretty awesome. Bobblehead of me. My Vikings jersey. Fucking Yuga. Pumps. So disappointed. So disappointed. Just. And the next time they mint 100,000, which is they'll do it again. I'm gonna play it different. I'm not gonna go after the land at all. I'm going to. They're probably gonna make you use ApeCoin, and I took a short. I mean, that was the one silver lining, is I took a short on ApeCoin, starting. I did it on Saturday. Placed it on Saturday because it got back up to like $24-25. So I placed a short there because I'm like, yeah, that's probably about the top. So I made some good money there, and I'm still in some of that short. That's some good cash, but. Still wanted the land. The land would have been better. I would have sold, for every time I got 2, I would have sold one of them pre-reveal and made a nice 3-4x. Explain again why you like Gala. Well, because Gala just makes so many blockchain games, good blockchain games, and I'm just so bullish on blockchain gaming because I think the entire gaming industry is evolving into players, users, community owning things in the game, like actually owning them for real and being able to sell them via NFTs, right? Your sword you use in the game, your car you use in the game, they're NFTs that you own, just like in the real world, and you can sell them in the marketplace. And they have coin where you earn coin, just like you do in games always, but now this coin actually it's a crypto coin, so now you actually has real world cash value. So that's where gaming's going. It's just. And what's funny is most gamers just don't get it yet, and it blows my mind. Blows my mind. I have Gala in Nexo wallet gaining APR. That's good. I just think the market is going down so much more than it is. I think Bitcoin is going to go to mid-low 20s. I think Ethereum is going to go to 1,500, 1,000. You know, maybe under 1,000. I think something like Gala is going to go to a couple pennies, and I'm just going to eat. And in the meantime, I think I'm going to get a really good APR on cash and trade my Ethereum and Bitcoin to accumulate more. But I don't know if I'm buying right now. I don't. I might do some DCA. I mean, I'll definitely do some DCA for sure. But I think I'll save my bigger buys for later because I think that the price is just going to go down more over the next 6 to 12 months. I'm moving all my coins to get APR. Yeah, you should. No matter what's going on, you should be getting APR while it exists like this. I agree. That is my opinion. Awakened Soul, are you in our Discord? Are you in the Daily Crypto Bull Discord? Sofa King says, I heard someone talking on Twitter Space that they had gas at 5K and still couldn't mint. Correct. I had it 2K, I couldn't mint. You needed about 2.5 Ethereum, so that's, what is that? About 7? People were spending about $7,500 to get a mint at the minimum. So that's more than 2.5 Ethereum. That's like, it's about 2.5 Ethereum. Let's call it that. Awaken, you are? Okay, good. Because I was going to say, I think you would really like being over there. I I'm looking into Meta Ops Gaming at the moment, starting to check my boxes for a project like this. Oh, Meta Ops. That's what it's called. Because Awakened Soul, you get the text. Okay, very good. So you get the text and you're in the Discord group. Good. Because I don't necessarily send out all my stuff to either of them. I try to, but the text message is great to be on because you get alerted right away. You don't always get alerted. You see the Discord when you hop in the Discord. If I post a trade or something and I send it out on text, you're going to get it immediately. Did I see DeFi Kingdoms implode over the weekend? I did not. God, what happened? I like DeFi Kingdoms long term. So what'd they do? What'd they do, Sam? Phantom had it rough too on the weekend. I did see that. But when these rough things happen, a lot of times they just create great opportunities if you look out a little further. Not always, but a lot of the time. But yeah, tell me what happened to DeFi Kingdoms. I was unaware of that. I feel like I'm a mess today. I just do. There was a gunshot outside of my my loft today. Very strict. Like there's a corner store. The guy that runs it, really nice guy. I think it's either from Somalia or Ethiopia. He owns it. And I heard something, and I thought someone threw a rock at my window or something. So I went outside real quick to try to catch whoever the hell it was. And then I just see the corner store guy talking at somebody around this corner, and he kind of just does this thing and I'm like, wait, does that guy got a gun? And then I go talk to him and this and that. Apparently, a guy shot not at him, but at the ground, I guess, because the corner store guy chased him because the guy was stealing. And I'm like, what a fucking strange way for this day to start. DFK people were finding ways to take locked jewel and resell in the market. They were able to get the locked jewel out. So this was on Harmony. Was this on the Harmony version of DFK? Either way, it affects the whole thing. So they found a way to get the locked jewel out, huh? I'm trying to just acquire as much crystal as I can. So I have money in DeFi Kingdoms, getting that nice APR, getting paid in crystal. But 95% of that crystal gets locked up till March 2023. Which I'm fine with. Sometimes you got to just stop yourself from even being able to touch stuff, if that makes sense. What's up, osa.xyz? I keep hearing people talking a lot about how Ethereum name service is something that's going to be very, very big. I haven't done much research on Ethereum name service. Do any of you understand much about Ethereum name service? If so, drop your thoughts in the comments, that is. Hey, we're up to 3,000 likes. Appreciate that. You're awesome. I got 17 people on here, which is great because you guys are awesome, and I'm very happy to share this time with you. When we look at charts, usually there's more people on here. Today, I didn't want to look at charts. I just feel energy drained because of this weekend. So I just wanted to chat. NFT newsfeed, what's up, buddy? Instead of long address, you can now send to a specific name. No, yes, that, from what I understand, that is part of it. That is part of it, but I'm like, okay, that's good. But some people are so damn bullish on it that I'm like, I must be missing something. But I confess, I have not done deep research on all the utility and roadmap of Ethereum name service. Yeah, newsfeed. So if any of you know, in a bear market too, in a lot of ways, probably about every way, but not every way, but in most ways, the bear market is, if you're going to actually be around and pay attention in crypto, the bear market is when you need to do it much more than the bull market. Because in the bear market is where real innovation happens, because people are focused on quality, because they have to work harder. And there's less noise, so they can just put their heads down and work and think about things and get more real feedback in terms of what's good, what's not, because the people that are in here, it's less harder to get us to do something. So I like that. Plus, you can get things that you believe in big time for ridiculous discounts, and you can get into new projects that are legit and good because they're doing it in a bear market, and you can actually pay more attention to them without 3,000 new projects coming out a day. I'll have to get some lunch in a bit. I haven't eaten today. Take that back. I ate a small brownie. Why I chose to do that? Just silly. Sol gonna recover or stay at this level for a while? What do I think? I think it's basically hit its bottom from its outage, but I think every market you can think of is going down for the next 6 to 12 months. That's what I think. Awakened Soul, thanks for the black hearts. But that's what I think, right? Because like the Fed, they're raising interest rates, and they're going to keep doing it. And the reason they're doing it is, yes, to curb inflation. But what is inflation? It's not just the devaluing of the currency, which that is certainly a big part of it. It's also the rapid rise in the cost of goods, services, and assets, because they go hand in hand, right? As inflation goes up, the value of cash goes down. Therefore, the value of assets, which are denominated in cash, go up. And it happens so fast, and now it's so imbalanced, it's got to come back. And the Fed's going to keep doing basically the two things they can do. They can raise interest rates, which makes borrowing money and the cost of getting money, currency, more costly. So now it becomes more scarce, and there's less of it being requested. So you're like, oh, less demand. No. That's not quite what I mean. What I mean is that people, but what that does is that also causes less asset buying. And so the value of assets goes down because when people are making their monthly payments, say on mortgages or something, now they're willing to buy less value. Now that their housing values that they're willing to buy, their range is lower because their monthly payment is going to be so much. The $500,000 house they could get last year with the new interest rate, they can't afford that payment on 5. So now they got to go down to like 400,000, and so there's less demand. The first thing that you'll really see, depending on your market, I live in Seattle, so it's got one of those markets where what you'll see first, and we've been seeing it because I'm in real estate too, you'll see the bidding wars chilling out. That's what you'll see first, and then houses will just kind of go for ask price, and then they won't be going for ask price, then they'll have to go lower and lower, and that's kind of the steps down. And I'll know because when housing prices go down enough, which I think will happen in the next 6 to 12 months, maybe even 2 years, because there's still a supply and demand there in terms of inventory and the number of people that want to buy houses. But as interest rates go up, the demand for wanting to buy a house also goes way down because people don't want to pay that, and the prices have to come down and find some kind of equanimity, some kind of balance to bring buyers and sellers, because it's been very much in the seller's favor, the home seller's favor for, I don't know, almost a decade now, depending on your market, but most markets. And so that's all gotten just way out of whack. It's got to come back. And I like to look at the housing market because to me that's it's not the first to adjust. It's a later, because it's big purchases. They're big purchases. That's the one that I will be tracking a lot in terms of where I think we are with asset valuations and bottoming out. Major indicator, says Newsfeed. I agree with you. The housing market, what houses are going for, and if their prices start going down, then I'll be like, all right, here we go, which I fully expect housing prices within the next 6 months to start declining, the average sale price. And then the question is, how far does it go? And I think it's going to be pretty correlated. It's a lagging indicator. The housing market costs, they're a lagging indicator, in my opinion, of the interest rates, which is good. Lagging indicators are useful if you know how to use them, especially if you use the right ones. Newsfeed gave me a bullseye. I'm glad you agree with me. I mean, I'm not glad you agree with me. I'm just glad that I don't know. I'm just glad you're commenting, I guess. I'm glad you're here. But you do see where I'm going. I've thought about this a lot, and I've listened to very, very smart people. And I've been using a lot of this time in these past few months to really brush up on my economic education. Because, I'm not good at most things. I think most of us aren't good at most things. But I think each of us are very good at a few things. And I'm very good at learning, and I'm very good at numbers, and I'm very good at concepts. Like, you take those college entry exams. I was terrible at English. I was terrible at reading. Not that I can't read. That's not what it is. I just mean I didn't understand. Like, I hated reading. But I just hated reading things that made me read. I like reading about things I like, as most of us do. But I was like 99th percentile on conceptual and mathematics. And I'm like, that makes sense. But so that's my strength. And all this, when I get all the concepts together and the numbers, it just makes sense that we're heading into a recession, which isn't something to freak out about. That's just a word that most people don't understand. It's just a word that means the value of cash is going to go up and the value of assets are going to go down. Goods and services, we'll see. They will be dependent individually. Fuel, wheat, those may go up even though inflation is going down. Deflation is happening. Those may still go up because depending on it, there's more factors involved. But housing, cars, Jim, someone that was on here earlier, brought up a good point of chip shortages. Okay. But that really has to do with the manufacturing of new cars. And if the demand for cars is going down because of the higher interest rates people pay on their loans, then the chip shortage will work itself out, in my opinion. But I think that the demand for buying houses will drop in the next 6 months because of the interest rates going so much higher. Therefore, the prices of homes will have to go down for people that want to sell homes. And there's always going to be people that want to sell homes. Just for the past decade or so, there's always been a lot more people that want to buy homes than want to sell homes. And so it's created a true seller's market for a decade. Where for a few years there, we were in an amazing buyer's market, the 2008 financial crisis, etc. I think we're going to move into more of a buyer's market, but maybe just more of a balanced market. And the housing market is the one that I'm following the most in terms of the big macro indicator to me. I hope I can keep bartending. Alcohol, bars, they are recession proof. For sure. Now, I don't drink. Well, I quit drinking. And I think that trend is increasing, but not to a degree. Not to a degree that any decent bar is going to notice. Because, alcohol is still massively marketed as alcohol is synonymous with party, with fun. Hey, let's go have fun. Hey, let's party. That basically means let's go drink and do something that allows us to drink while doing it, even if it's just sitting around. And that's kind of, at least in America, that's kind of our culture. And I realized that back when I had COVID about a year ago, because I couldn't drink or anything. And not that I'm a big drinker, but like every night I would probably have like 2 or 3 beers, and I would nurse the hell out of them. I mean, I might spend 6 hours sipping like 3 beers. I just get a little buzz on and keep it, but I realized how much absolute time I was wasting. And then every so often I would get drunk. Every so often. And I always regretted the shit out of it. I mean, right? When you wake up the next day after getting drunk, you always regret it. You always feel like shit. But that's true, Jeff. Alcohol sells in every economy. Of course it does. Because I see it as a pain reliever, is what I see. I see alcohol as the most successful pain reliever on the planet. That's what I see it as. Most successful, I wouldn't say the best overall by any means. I'd also say it's the biggest problem drug on the planet, and I don't think it's even close. And you add up all the other ones combined, they're nothing compared to the violence and crime and negative effects it has on humanity and societies and individuals. But with that said, I'm not saying, hey, you're an asshole if you drink, not at all. Just saying, that's where I arrived at, and I haven't drank in almost a year now. And I don't ever plan on drinking again. The thought of drinking, funny enough, just sounds Like I think about the feeling, and I'm like, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to feel that anymore. I just don't. I'm just over it. I still smoke. I do that. Not a ton, but I do. And I like that. 'Cause that's relaxing. And it opens my mind a bit, allows me to like drop some, you know, how you get going in things and you're like, and you gotta like, can't stop. It slows me down and lets me like think about things. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. I do. Temporary pain reliever. Hey, what's up, Mud Truck? Doing it now, baby. Get the tree. It really is a pain reliever, but I don't have pain, so I just get hungover every time. Worst drug. You know, I say pain reliever because it's also what I mean is pain, like not physical pain, but I also mean like any kind of mental or emotional pain you have, or even if it's just boredom. You know, I'd call boredom pain to a degree. That's just the way I just categorize it. Just try to sum it up. Mushrooms. I've never done mushrooms, but I really want to. Not like I'm not trying to get high. I just want to do them for the mind opening experience. Same reason that people do ayahuasca. I would probably be open to that, which is a DMT thing, and even acid. You don't really hear about people having problems with those, right? Do you know anyone that says, "Oh, I'm addicted to mushrooms"? That's not something you really hear. I'm addicted to, MMJ. Not really. I have to be careful what words I use here because TikTok is literally listening to everything, and I don't want them to just put me in detention or something because they're becoming more and more censoring, and I don't know what to do. But ayahuasca, DMT, acid. Are those things like you don't really hear about people having problems with those, do you? But they do them to like open your mind, and I'm like, interesting. I would be open for that. I'd never be in for opium because that's a pain reliever. These other things aren't really pain relievers. They're like lessons. That's the way I take them. But I haven't done any of them, so can't speak from experience. Just that's been unanimously the communication I've gotten from other people. My brother and plenty of other people I know, but I'm saying, like, of course I know my brother. No problem with acid, you just lose your mind. Again, that would probably be the lowest one that I'd be interested in, Jeff, but mushrooms would probably be top, and then probably, DMT, ayahuasca. Because this world, this universe, this everything, this whatever the hell it is just so much different than what we see as consciousness having a human experience. Yeah. And that kind of stuff just fascinates me. No, they're just open. Yeah, I agree. Awakened soul. That's what I think too. Had to stop that too, says Mud Truck. How's it going? Temporary pain reliever. Oh, you had to stop drinking too, Mud Truck? Is that what you're saying? NFT news feed. Oh my God, I love you. Those are very kind words. Thank you. I try to just be me. I've been doing social media for a while, and I just want to be me. I think we all just want to be ourselves. But we get afraid of people hating on us because that's what's going to happen. And people disagree with you, and it's hard to handle that and stuff. But I find but I like connection. And, if you haven't followed me, I have another page called Champions Daily on TikTok. It's a much smaller channel. I think we hit maybe 1,200. I haven't been doing it very long, but it's mostly just kind of talking about stuff like this, like life stuff. Because to me, like even when I do crypto here, this isn't even about crypto or tech. This is about living the best life you have because we all have a limited amount of time. Financial freedom, because we are in slavery. We are. This world is set up. The world was made in slavery, and we're still in slavery. It just looks different than the obvious, forcing someone to just do whatever you want. They just do it in a different way, right? But with crypto, like, it gives people a chance to get out of that, buy their freedom back. And that's why I like it. And then I think the other thing is about, why I have Champions Daily. I have another channel called Grateful Gravity too, because I believe, but I should use Grateful Gravity more. I should make more content on there, but they seem kind of redundant. It's about just like becoming, there's no end to how aware we can become. And I really have a strong desire to grow my awareness. So, that growing my awareness, that's why I decided I'm not drinking anymore, because this is all a total scam. This is all a total scam, the way it's been packaged to us. Total scam. Totally bad for us. Because you never hear? You literally never hear? I was at rock bottom, then I found alcohol and everything got better. You never hear that. Oh, my life just got so much better once I started drinking alcohol. You don't hear people say that, right? You hear exactly the opposite. To free your children, yeah, absolutely. And you bring up another good point. There's a guy named Dr. John Demartini. I very much respect this guy. He's intelligent as hell. He's been teaching for almost 50 years now. He used to be a chiropractor. I used to be a chiropractor. That's how I first learned about him. He hasn't practiced chiropractic in a very long time. He was on the movie The Secret. But he's just a fascinating guy, and he talks a lot about how humans, we live our lives by a set of values. And by values, I literally mean value. Like, we value things. Awakened soul, you value your children. Odds are, where you spend most of your time, your money, your energy, your attention is probably going to be your kids. But that's the truth. Look at yourself, whoever you are, anyone listening. Where do you spend most of your time? Like, what do you always have money for? Could be alcohol. Could be going to the bar. Could be going to sports. I don't know. Where do you always have time? Where do you always got money? Where do you always have your attention? Where are you always spending your time? Those are the way that you rank those, because those are the only things you have of real value. Where you put those into the things you value the most. It could be getting drunk every day. It could be going to the bar. It could be going to sporting events and getting drunk. It could be kids. It could be your job. It could be crypto. It could be knitting. It could be cars. It could be investing. It could be anything. But there's always a number one. And lots of times for parents, it's their kids, for sure. Family's usually high up there for most people, for sure. But it's interesting to look at those types of things, because then you learn more about yourself. So to me, I want to help people with freedom. I want to help people with learning about themselves, because that is freedom, to learn about yourself. Free your mind, Neo. But yeah, if that makes any sense, like, when you hear people say, "Oh, I don't have any money for that. Oh, I'm just broke. I don't have money." No, that's a lie. It's always a lie. It's just what they're really saying that they don't know they're saying is, I don't have that high enough on my value list. Not that it should be higher on their value list, but that's what you, me, everybody's really saying is, I don't have that high enough on my value list. It's not high enough my value list for me to delegate my resources, which are my money, my time, my attention. It is a mindset, and there's not any right or wrong. I don't think there's any right or wrong. I don't really believe in right or wrong, other than I don't really believe in right or wrong. It just sounds just ridiculous, doesn't it? Let me explain. What I mean is that I believe in karma, which is cause and effect. I believe in cause and effect. If you are going to go do harm to other people, you are in fact causing an effect, negative, equal, but opposite on yourself. So if you actually want to benefit yourself, you actually need to treat other people with respect, because what goes around really does come around. And we really do get back what we put out. Cause and effect. This is a complete universe of cause and effect. So Putin wants to go do a war. He's going to get the bounce back effects of that are equal but opposite. Welcome Isaac Newton. Causality, exactly. Cause and effect. It's as simple as that. This is a universe of cause and effect. If you are thinking you're broke, you'll be broke. If you're thinking you're rich, you might be rich, but you may be thinking you're broke. I don't know. But you're always getting exactly what you're putting out. It can just be tricky how all that looks and works. Law of attention. That's a good one. I mean, they say law of attraction, but attention is obviously, absolutely. You could totally substitute that word. I know you're not looking at charts, but it looks like Bitcoin wants to break 37.5 support. It keeps hitting, Sam. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think it's going to go lower. We may see a nice bounce tomorrow or for the next several days after Powell talks. But I think we're going lower. I think Bitcoin's going well under 30. Give it 6 months. Maybe a really slow burn. I think Ethereum's going well under 2. Ethereum could go under 1. Under 15. Yes, where your energy goes is where your seeds grow. Whew, I like your saying, Soul. Good saying. I haven't heard that one. That's a good one. But it's true. I mean, it's so true. It is. But it gets frustrating because we have programming within us. To me, we're consciousness having a human experience. But we have a subconscious mind, which is running all of our programs. And it doesn't believe in right or wrong. It doesn't believe in anything. It's just here to serve you. And it has its wiring, just like a computer. It just does what it does. But to change the wiring, not fix, just change. Fix is not the word. Change the wiring, change the program. It takes time sometimes. Sometimes it can happen in an instant if it's emotional enough. But these are the types of things that just fascinate me. I turned off the TV 2 years ago, started my business investing, heal my inner self, soul. I'm very glad to hear that. You bring up another good point. TV. I watch very little TV. Over the weekend, after the ape thing, I spent a couple days catching up on shows and movies because I was so burned out. I just didn't want to do anything. I just wanted to completely relax. So I think there's a time and a place, but it's certainly not a high priority for me. I do it when I need it as a decompression, which isn't very, but day to day I watch 30 minutes, maybe an hour of TV as I'm going to bed to try to turn off the day that's just flying through my head so I can actually sleep. So in that way it's kind of therapeutic, but I agree with you. It's not, they call it an idiot box for a reason. But yeah, that's another thing you bring up though that I wanted to say is when I stopped drinking in July. I got COVID in July. I didn't drink during COVID, and then I just said, I already haven't drank for several weeks. I'm just not going to drink anymore because I definitely clearly see more benefit to not drinking than drinking. And I can't drink in moderation. I don't get drunk. But I just know that if I start drinking again, it'll become a habit, and I'll have those 2 to 3 beers every day, and it'll suck up a bunch of my time, and it'll suck up a bunch of my attention when I could be doing other things that benefit me more, is the way I see it. And so guess what? After that is when I launched this Daily Crypto Bull channel. And here we are, almost 125,000 followers on TikTok, pushing 3,000 on YouTube. I need to put more attention on YouTube. And then the other socials. So I grew something like this, and it's just and I'm so focused on it, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it if I still drank at all. I couldn't. My attention would be out there. It wouldn't be here as where it needs to be. And so this has grown because I allowed myself to have more attention for it and more focus on it. Gotta go, serve alcohol now. Bye-bye. NFT newsfeed, no shade at you at all. Appreciate you. I really, really do. I'm just saying for me, it just was time to stop. Newsfeed, love you. Thanks for waking. So I feel like I've talked about myself too much. I'm only saying it because maybe you find some value in it. Anyone listening? I only got 12 people on here. This is a very different type of stream than usual. Mud Truck says, quit drinking 8 months ago. Good for you, man. Seriously. I'd be interested in hearing how your life has changed. Like what, because that time that we spend on something, say alcohol, it has to be moved into something else. It's just the way it works. So I wonder what happened. What would your time and attention and money move into? Sofa King says, I like it. Appreciate you. Waking Soul says, fear equals control. It very much can. Absolutely. I think we're born into a world of a lot of fear. I think that's kind of the general undertone. Worry, which I would say is fear. Sofa King, thanks for the rose. Oh, I caught it. Put it right here. Follow me on Champions Daily. Maybe I'll start using Grateful Gravity again, too. I really like that name. The reason I chose Grateful Gravity, I kind of forgot I had that channel. Jeez. The reason I chose that was because I believe in cause and effect, right? And so if I choose to actually be grateful, like miserable people are miserable because they constantly look for things to be miserable about. Happy people look for things to be happy about, and the biggest vibration is gratitude, is appreciation. And so that's why grateful, gravity, like you attract, when you're grateful, you have a grateful gravity and you attract more to be grateful for, which makes you happier and happier. Again, I'm not perfect. Always a work in progress, I am. Oh, there's a story behind it? I'm sure there is. I think stories, I think this is a universe of stories too. I think everything is just a story. Everything's a story. I think humans are the best storytelling animal. I think that's our actual real strength. If I had to pick one skill as a human that I would want to be exceptional at, I think the most valuable one, I think the most valuable skill a human can have is the skill of storytelling. I think that's the most valuable skill a human can do, because you can change the world with good stories. I mean, look at the Bible. I'm not a religious guy, but look at religious texts. They're a bunch of stories, parables, whatever. They're a bunch of stories, and look what they do. Now, people manipulate those and start telling other people what to think, but nonetheless, the stories stick through because the stories have real value. Because I think this is a universe of stories, and I think that we're the best storytelling animal that has ever existed on Earth, anyways. I'm not religious, Goldina. I'm not. I mean, I grew up in Christianity. Half my family was Catholic, the other half was Lutheran. I spent most of the time in the Lutheran church. Nice people. I thought they were all very nice people. And I learned a lot of good things, like the idea of Jesus. I really liked that idea of a person like that. I never really thought the Son of God thing. I never really understood. But I was like, that sounds like a person that really had a big heart and saw things in a bigger way than everybody else. And I was like, that person sounds like a good role model. And so I always stick with that idea. I'm grateful I got exposed to that idea. Not from a religious or God or powerful thing, just in terms of like being a person. We all got to struggle, bro. I know I do. We do. We all do. But we also have shitloads of blessings. Every single one of us. I don't care what your situation is. We have shitloads of blessings. And I think the more we pay attention to our blessings, the better our life gets. I mean, for one, because we just notice more of the blessings and we start giving more attention to that, and therefore we attract more of those things to be grateful for and more things that we see as blessings. And I think we can even be grateful for our struggles, because our struggles make us grow. As much as I feel like I would like some of them to be over. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm Daily Crypto Bull everywhere. It's not because I don't use Twitter much, but yes, it is a smaller account. I think I only have like a few hundred people there. TikTok is certainly my main platform. YouTube is second, but TikTok's by far my top one. What's up, Thor? How are you looking for the market? I think tomorrow we will bounce up, but I think over the next 6 to 12 months, we're looking at all markets basically going down. All, not just crypto. My opinion. Having gratitude every day has changed my life. Absolutely. It's inevitable. It's that's what's crazy about it, is it's absolutely inevitable. That the more you pay attention to what you're grateful for, the more you get to be grateful for. The more you appreciate, the more your life appreciates. You learn from your mistakes. I don't actually believe we make mistakes. I believe we do things and think, I think I can do it in a different way, or think a different way, whatever, to get a result I enjoy more. Deftone says gratitude and paying it forward. I agree. Because those types of things create a good cause and effect relationship. Because I just think this universe is cause and effect. I think scientifically that's a law, right? Wrecked planet, Gift throws out a Hondo, 100 to you. This is actually what I really like. This is what I really like doing. Because I feel like this is where everything starts. Like, we talk about crypto as a way to get really financially free, really, and it's a fun game. But I think we can't even win that game unless we get this right. Unless we get this optimized. Optimized is such a boring corporate word. Unless we get this running to a way that we enjoy, that we like, this and this. And there's no end. There's no end. There's no perfection. Right now, everything's perfect. Everything is always perfect because it's perfectly organized. Grand organized design. G-O-D. God. Grand organized design. Not by one entity, unless maybe, but you and I are part of that one and only thing, in my opinion, because everything seems to be connected. It's all just one big ass consciousness. From the best I can tell. I certainly don't know everything. That's for damn sure. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I like bonding. I think this is good bonding. I want to be more and more of me, and I am me. But in the crypto market, it's just in any market, there's a bit of entertainment to this too. So I got to give the crowd what they want, which is they want to look at charts. They want to know what coin's going to moon. Even though I tried to bring everyone is where they're at, and I try to meet everyone where they're at, and then give them new ideas to think about. And to me, the biggest ideas to think about in crypto is zoom out. That's the idea. And then to get yourself to make the probably best decisions for yourself is to get control of your own self, your own emotions. In my opinion. And then, of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum are clear winners. Get as much of it as you can. And the best way to do it is through trading. Take my free masterclass, link in bio. Maybe it's over here for you. Click my name or description on YouTube. Take the free masterclass, because I show you how to get a bunch of Bitcoin and Ethereum for free. And over the next year and a half is literally so important. I can't even put it in words. The next year and a half, what you do. In my opinion, of course. Optimistically cynical over on YouTube says, I took my son to the park, and when we got home, we found his goldfish dead, which was a tough situation for any parent. How do you explain autoerotic asphyxiation to a 4-year-old? Oh, that dirty goldfish. I don't know. I don't know, man. That's challenging, because I think what you want in something like that is for them to take away an understanding without being afraid, with something inspiring, if possible. Going through major life changes right now, making sure I get it all right this time. I'm going to break it to you, Mud Truck. You're never going to get it all right. None of us are. Because then we'd just be dead. Just there's no getting it right because we always want something to be different. But in the broader perspective, I think I understand what you're saying. And I think we can all understand what you're saying. And we have all felt that or feel that currently. Hell, there are deep parts of my life that I absolutely feel like that. And it's like for me, like I grew up, like my parents got divorced when I was they split I think when I was about 11, 12, and they were nasty with each other. So I was constantly exposed to that. And several things I took from it. One, I don't want to be like that. I think, but with that being said, my mother was crazy for a few years, and in order to survive, that's the way I felt, was to fight back. I learned to yell, and that got ingrained in me. So sometimes that's too early of a response for me when I get upset, as I start yelling too quickly, and it's been a hard one to reprogram. I don't like it. Like I'm sitting here as a conscious, sober, aware person of this thing, but yet when the emotion arises, the programming kicks in. Hate that one. Respond versus react is a biggie. It is. But emotion, man, it is. Programs run themselves. I mean, we mostly live our lives just running programs in our subconscious mind, and us as conscious part of our mind is just out here experiencing, like along for the ride. So getting that subconscious mind to alter its program, which is altering your paradigm, is a great, not a mystery, I don't want to say that, but is a very highly focused on thing and always has been, whether said in that many words or not. Count to 10. Yeah, I mean, I like that where you're thinking with that, because it breaks the program. Have you guys ever watched Cesar Millan? What they call was it the Dog Whisperer? What's the name of his show? Cesar Millan. Is it Dog Whisperer? One thing, give me a 1 if you guys know who Cesar Millan is, and then also tell me if you remember what his main show was called. I think it was Dog Whisperer. One thing that he would do, what he was doing, did you ever watch him walk out a dog? Like say he's walking a dog, someone's dog, and it would always like react and start barking and going crazy at like it when it saw another dog or something. He would watch for it to do that because the dog wasn't a bad dog. It had a program running, and it would just react to circumstances the same way. And what he would do, I don't know if he really said it this way, but I know that's what he was doing, is he would just, when he saw the dog start the program, he'd give it a little side kick with his foot, like, with his little heel, and kind of hit it in the gut a bit, not hard, not like to hurt it, just to like, to like break the pattern. He would see when the pattern started to kick off, and he'd give it a little nudge, a little kick, and it'd forget what the hell it was even doing. So the more we can interrupt the pattern, the more we can rewrite it. So counting to 10 is a good one. Becoming aware that the program is kicking off is the first thing that you really need to do. Become aware that your program is kicking off. And then immediately, once you realize that, shift to thinking about things you're grateful for. Like anything. Reach for anything. I like how the fridge keeps my food clean. Cold. I like how the oven heats up my food. I liked, the show I saw today. And you start rerouting, you give a detour to the program path. I hope that makes sense. That's literally, Deftone says, I train jujitsu so I don't react. So you've learned to like keep your calm. That's also very powerful, because then you've changed your program, created your program, whatever, to being calm, to paying attention to your surroundings, increasing your awareness. I like soft toilet paper. Ooh, see? I like that too. Actually, I might, next time I get upset, I may think of that, because I do. Who doesn't like soft toilet paper? Because if you get bad toilet paper, the worst thing is when you go to like a gas station and you just can't help it. You got to go there, and you're like, oh, I got to use that terrible sandpaper see-through TP. But it's true. I like anything because it diverts the pattern, and it's going at light speed, literally light speed through your neurons, and your body's just responding. The neurochemicals come up, and they're drugs. It's a cocktail of neurochemicals. And so if you can divert the pattern, first step, become aware. Become aware that the pattern is about to kick in, right? And then reach for anything that feels better. I like soft toilet paper. I like Spindrift. I like that show. And you can just kind of go further and further out until you forget why you're even there, and all of that stuff has died down. It's like a market going, woo, oh, hype, and then it crashes, and you crash afterwards. And you feel like shit. And I can't believe I did that again. Can't believe I just got so damn upset with my partner. This person that I love so much. And I would be, just devastated, to say the least, if I didn't have them. And these are the things you feel afterwards. And even though, and then you do it again, and then you beat yourself up. You're like, why? Why am I doing this? Awareness is the first step. Oh yeah, if you are not attacking, I'm not tripping. Yeah. That's good, man, because a lot of us, we learn to live in this anxiety society. I used to have really bad anxiety. I used to have panic as a kid, and even in my early 20s, I'd have panic attacks, full-on panic. They would kind of come out of nowhere sometimes. And I just felt like I was definitely going to die. And then eventually, I just became at peace with it. And when I started studying this type of stuff, then I became like, yeah, probably not going to die. One day you are gonna become at peace with that, but odds are you got a lot of good years left. No point in wasting your time like this. And so eventually, somewhere along the line, I changed the pattern. I get panic attacks very, very rarely now. But I used to always be afraid of. I was a hypochondriac. I was thinking I was gonna die. Oh, and it had a lot to do with as a kid. My grandma was a nurse. My aunt was a nurse. And so I'm a little kid, and they'd tell me things about like my veins, like, oh, there's internal bleeding, and I didn't really understand it, but it freaked me the fuck out. And so these things would go through my head, and I just have these panic attacks because I didn't really understand them. But I was like, oh my God, you tell me I can just start like bleeding inside my body and die? Oh. Like things like that create panic within me. What are your thoughts on Corium and Sologenic? I don't have many thoughts. I wish the Sologenic drop would have been bigger. Ever hear of positive reaffirmations? I haven't heard of positive reaffirmations. Affirmations, sure. I remember sleeping on the side of the road in the rain. It makes me fall asleep when I remember. Really? So you remember, were you in a car? What was that situation? Were you homeless? Or were you just broken down? Or what was that situation? Whatever it is, it seems to bring you peace to think about it, which is interesting. In case you are new on the stream, I do believe we are in a bear market, and in newsflash, it's going to overall continue to go down, and that's a wonderful thing, because now you can get all the good things at cheap prices, and I think it's going to get cheaper. And Bitcoin, Ethereum aside, which I think will get a lot cheaper, everything else is going to get, on a percentage basis from their all-time highs, even more cheap in terms, like I still believe, I think Bitcoin, Ethereum will go down about 70% from their all-time high, but I think other alts will go down 80-90%. Just give it 6 to 12 months. Y'all that are on here right now are awesome. I appreciate you so much. I really do. I feel blessed to have you in this community. I hope you're over in the Discord. Click the link in the TikTok bio or link in the YouTube description. Definitely be getting in the Discord if you haven't. But feel blessed. Oh, wow. Been on here for about an hour and 45 minutes. I'm usually on here for about 2 hours because I just like talking with y'all. I just do. Do you have to renew every couple months on the interest-bearing coin? Which I'm just going to say probably not. But I'm not sure, like in particular, which one are you talking about? I can't think of any interest-bearing coins that you need to renew. You can reinvest your gains for compounding your interest. That's typically, if you believe in something long term, that really adds up over time. I wasn't happy with these guys at the draft. I wasn't real happy. They did okay, but I wasn't real happy. We have a brand new GM, a brand new coach, and I wasn't thrilled with the way they conducted themselves, especially in the first and second rounds, which are obviously the most important rounds. First round in particular, there was just, couldn't believe they traded back 20 spots from 12 to 32 with an interdivisional team and got back peanuts. Could not believe that's what they did. You guys fans of any NFL teams? I thought the Jets, Gary Vee would be happy about that. I thought the Jets did definitely the best. I mean, I saw the Ravens getting the best score, but to me, the Jets did the best job. Like, they murdered the first round. And the second. I may go take a bath. I wonder if I have any bath bombs. I feel like this is a day I just still need to decompress. That other side launch, Bored Ape has soured to me a little bit. That really, really disappointed me. Not just not getting it, just I can't help but I think they just fumbled it a lot and or intentionally made it go that way, knowing full well what was going to happen. Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3. You, come on. You knew. There's no waves. There's one wave. You knew it. How dare you? I have Crow getting interest for 3 months, then it's over, and I have to reinvest, I guess. I've never used Crypto.com to get interest. So yeah, that's so I don't know. I usually use Voyager because I don't have to do any of that. It just sits there and I get my interest payments on the first of the month. The interest rates change. I've watched Bitcoin and Ethereum as we've gone lower and lower in this market. The interest rates have went down. It's like 3% on Bitcoin and Ethereum right now, but it's not locked up. It's not staked or anything. Still 9% on USDC coin, at least from what Jeff was telling us, for the first 25K, which is a good chunk of change to be getting 9% on for most people. And then it's like 7% for the money that you put in above 25K. But again, not locked up, not staked. How much do I have in? I went into a lot of cash over the weekend because I had several, and back in March, I KYC'd my wallet. I got my friends and a lot of family members to KYC, my partner, to KYC their wallets. Because I didn't know what it was going to be for, but I'm like, listen, Yuga Labs, Animoca, if they're asking for a KYC, this is going to be good. And so I had, 10 to 12. How many? Just 10? Something like that. Wallets that I was going to buy other side with. And so I cashed out a lot of crypto into cash and then put it into ApeCoin to get one piece of land, paying $2,000 ETH on the transactions. So now I just got a bunch of cash. And you know what? I don't feel real motivated to just dump it all back into straight up crypto. Coins. So I think I'm going to leave a good chunk of it in cash. And I'm just going to DCA with it instead of dump it all in at once. I'm going to DCA as it goes lower and lower. I bought some more ETH, obviously. Put it in my trading account and Bitcoin, put it in my trading account so I can trade with it and accumulate like that, grow it as it goes down and up, but mostly down, I think. And then get some really nice interest because I know where to get about 30%, 40% interest on my stable coins right now. If you want to learn how to do that, get my DeFi guide. Click the link in the TikTok bio or the link in the description on YouTube. Take you to my resources page and there'll be a button there for my DeFi guide. So that's one of the blessings. I mean, I had all that money in ApeCoin, and ApeCoin obviously went down because I had to wait for hours for my transaction to fail. So it's not only that, I got in at 6 p.m. and then my transaction didn't fail till like after 9 p.m. So ApeCoin was just going down that entire time. I was like, if my transaction is going to fail, please have it at least fail immediately or quickly so that I can get out of my ApeCoin. Packers. I'm happy. As a Packers fan, you're happy after every draft. Obviously, I'm not the biggest Packers fan, Vikings guy. But, objectively, you guys blow the draft like every year. It blows my mind, right? I don't understand. And I know lots of Packers fans, and they're never happy either. Maybe this year was different and it looked that close. I know you guys got some receiver, but you guys should have taken a receiver in the first round. I mean, get rid of Devontae. Why are they so against getting Aaron Rodgers, a high talent receiver from the draft? Why have they never done that? They've literally never done that. Devontae was a second rounder. Be happy he worked out. Dog whispers, says Jeff. Yeah. Now's a good time to buy Voyager token to level up interest on Bitcoin and other crypto. That's a good point, Jeff. I forget about that. That very well that's a good point. Do you go for microcap gems as well? Not in this market. Not right now. No. That stuff's going down so much lower, in my opinion. But I will be into it. But I'll be mostly focusing on probably gaming cryptos. Now, with that said, I'm still buying NFT assets that are usable, such as like Big Time Space. Like I sold my Big Time Space. I had an Exalted, which is the highest level of rarity. I had an Exalted Space, and I sold it to get Ape. And you know what? When I sold the Exalted, I couldn't even get the money out because it's a 7-day to be able to withdraw it. I'm like, you're on the blockchain. I know these people that bought this. You're not even allowing cards right now. I know it's sitting there on the crypto, on the blockchain. Let me send my money. So I'm just sitting there, and since it's over, I'm just going to buy my land back. Mud truck in cash or stable coin. I hope I answered that question already. If I didn't, just ask it again. I've been shorting the shit out of ETH. Yeah, I'll be shorting the shit out of everything overall. But I might take a long tomorrow when Powell announces, after Powell does his announcement. Crypto Bull, daily reaffirmations. I am blessed and content being me. That's a good one. 79% Ethereum, 21% Bitcoin, no alts at the moment. Can't blame you. I not even can't blame you. Like, you got to feel pretty good sitting in that position long term. And by long term, like 3 years. 3. Because in 2 years, Bitcoin halving. But we still have the ETH merge coming up, which I don't think it's going to happen until 2023. I just don't. I that's where I'm at. So I think that we'll go down until then. Unfortunately, my sarcasm was not related through text. Oh, you were being sarcastic about how bad the Packers are at drafting. Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm like, you're like the first Packers fan I've heard that's happy with the way your guys draft. Because it's mind-blowing to me, the selections they make. I'm like, as a Vikings fan, I'm like, thank you. Thank you for screwing that up completely. I mean, it's like you got pocket aces and you decide to fold. It's just ridiculous. Or you got 20 on the blackjack table and you're like, hit me. It's like, thank you, Packers. We need all the help we can get. Yeah, Mark, I'm not like a big gamer. I don't have like a PlayStation. I haven't had a PlayStation since PlayStation 1, which I played that a lot, but I was a teenager. So I'm not like a big game player, but it's just so obvious to me that that's where gaming is going. And it's close. We're getting there. It's moving fast, I should say. I don't know Little Ghost, no. It's play to earn. And I want to... I'm not that interested in play to earn, playing just for the sake of earning. I'm interested in play and earn, which I'm sure you've heard, and it is different. But I mean, at the very core, it's got to be a great game that I would play for free, that people would play for free. And then you add the component of NFTs to it, where you actually own your in-game items, your skins, your swords, your cars, your potions, etc. And if you can have some space or land. So I really like Big Time. I have one medium rare space there now, but I'm going to go get my Exalted back. Bears drafted pretty good. I didn't look close at their draft. I think their draft grade was lower. I remember they talked about Justin Fields being screwed in the draft. I guess I don't know exactly what they meant by that. Because again, over the weekend, I did the whole ApeCoin thing. I watched day one of the draft, and then I didn't watch anymore because ApeLand. Are you still all doom and gloom? I'm unaware that I've ever been doom and gloom. If by doom and gloom you mean that I'm not just going to say we're going to the moon, then yeah, I'm not like that. I think it's pretty obvious that we are in a bear market, and we're going to continue to be in a bear market for 6 to maybe 12 months, and it's a fantastic opportunity. It's a fantastic opportunity, and I think this is the last time we get this kind of opportunity in crypto, because I think everything has changed after the next Bitcoin halving. Oh, you're saying, are we still all? Oh, not just me. I read that wrong. But no, I'm not doom and gloom. Not at all. Like I'm. Before we started going down, I was like, I wish we would just go into a bear market, because I just want I want these things to go rock bottom, and so I can just get in more that I didn't get in this last time around, and just get back to the next halving and get the next run up. You think ETH merge later this year? It very well could. It very well could. But at best, it's probably 6 months away. So that's why I'm saying I think we're in a bear. I think that the ETH merge will definitely happen before the next Bitcoin halving. And the ETH merge could just be the thing that sends us into a full-on crazy-ass bull market. So even more so, I want to get all I can before then. But I think we're going to go lower until we get closer to that. And Deftone says, I think ETH is going to have more issues. Shit, hold on. My throat got all dry or something. And I think that's very possible. Do you own a BAYC? I do not. Well, I own shares of 3 BAYCs and a Mutant Ape. I own shares, but I don't own a whole one. By the way, you might be wondering, how does he own shares? There's an app. It's called Rally Road. They have some Bored Apes and a Mutant Ape on there, and other NFTs. I also own shares of an Azuki, and I own it on there. And so tomorrow, I messaged them, by the way. It's too late to get in on it. But if you had shares of a Bored Ape or Mutant Ape on Rally Road as of last Friday, so they've already claimed their land, and tomorrow they're going to be doing a vote for anyone that had BAYC or MAYC on Friday and still has it today, of what we want to do with the other side land that we have, which is basically hold it and just package it together, so now it's every time someone buys a share of the BAYC or MAYC, the other side deed also goes along with it, or just sell it. And I will be voting, I believe, to keep them. But I'm also interested to know. I wrote a response email after they got back to me. I said, and they got back to me quick, and it was a very good, detailed answer. I really am a fan of Rally Road. I responded back to them and I said, okay, do you know the rarity levels of these deeds, and do any of them have quotas? So I'm waiting for that response. Scaling is so bad right now. No, scaling is one of the absolute major issues in crypto. Absolutely, because the tech just isn't quite there yet, and the user interfaces, the usability of them is just not ready for mass adoption. But it's getting there, and when it gets there, because we're not there, be thrilled. Like, we're not there right now. So the opportunity is still early enough that you can make life-changing. Just give yourself some time. Give yourself 3 years. But get all you can, my opinion, not financial advice. I'm getting all I can as the price goes down. But I think it's going to go down lower, and since I just turned a bunch of my positions into cash for that damn other side auction or land sale, I'm like, well, what do I want to do with this cash? I already bought back. I bought back my Steppen shoes because I sold my Steppen shoes too. I liquidated like everything because I wanted to get to all the funds I could because I thought I was going to get like 24 pieces of land, and I get one. So I got a bunch of cash. So I bought my Steppen shoes back because those are cash flowing assets and they hold their value pretty well, at least for now. And I'm going to get my big time space back, my exalted space. I'm going to get that back. And then I bought some Ethereum, because I sold Ethereum and Bitcoin too. Sold everything, man. So I bought some Bitcoin and Ethereum, and I put those in my trading account to be able to trade with those so that I can grow them for free. But I don't have as much Ethereum and Bitcoin as I had before I sold it all. So I'm in a lot of cash, and I'm like, I know where I can get 30-40% interest right now. I think I'm going to use a lot of stable coins to just do that for now, because I think the prices of everything are going lower. And then I'm going to let that stable coin grow, and then I'm going to capitalize as the prices keep going down. And I haven't came up with my tiers yet of price points, but I think Bitcoin's going to go to low 20s, and I think Ethereum is going to go to low thousands. Why you're not considering getting one? They pissed me off. Because they pissed me off. You know what I'm looking at getting? I'm looking at getting an imposter Genesis alien. That's what I'm looking at getting. Because Bored Ape pissed me off. Because what's this thing going to do? What are they going to do? You know how far away it is for them to build this thing? It just pissed me off with the way they handled this. They lost confidence. I lost some confidence in them. You know who I like? I like Elio Trades. I like Elliot. And I like what he's doing with imposters. And I might just go buy an imposter's alien because they'll be giving out this week. You got a UFO. If I could, and I don't know if you get airdrop the UFO or you got to go claim it. If you go claim it, I would like to buy an imposter that hasn't claimed yet, but I'm not sure how to figure that out. But next week they'll be everyone with an imposters will be able to claim a pet, another NFT. So I just believe in Elliot, and I think that I would rather have an imposter's Genesis alien than a piece of other side land right now, because Basie, Yuga, I lost confidence in them some, and I'm pissed. And all this was completely preventable. They could have been more transparent. They could have optimized their contract, done some optimization on their contract to make this gas, because they knew this was going to happen. They knew it was going to happen, and they let it happen, and they did it for their own gain. And this is the first time that I really feel they really put themselves over their community and potential community members. And that's what I feel like today. That's why I'm doing this stream instead of looking at charts, because I just want to sit here and talk with you and just talk. Mark says, nah, it's focused on real gameplay and contrary to those P2E. Okay. What was it called again? Little Ghosts. Maybe I'll look into it. Go join our Discord, Mark. Go join our Discord. Click the link in the description or in bio if you're on TikTok, but you're on YouTube, so description. It'll take you to the resources page. There'll be a button for the Discord. Go join the Discord. I'd like to hear more about it. Somebody gave their draft an A-. Okay, well, that's decent, obviously. Maybe you might be interested to do some research on it later. Sounded like you could be interesting for you. Yeah, Mark, like I said, join the Discord, man. I mean, this is the type of stuff we chat about over there. And it's not a huge community, and I'm in there a lot. It's growing. We have, I don't know, several hundred people. I really just started the Discord like 2-3 weeks ago. But yeah, Mark, go join our Discord, man. Bring it up. Chat with some people. Is the trading account you use on Voyager? No. I use Bybit. You can't trade on Voyager. Trading is different than just buying and selling. Mudtruck, did you take the masterclass? I thought, for some reason, I feel like you said you took the masterclass. because their masterclass teaches you all about trading. Click the link in the TikTok bio, and when it'll take you to the resources page, the very first button is going to be the free masterclass, How I Get Bitcoin and Ethereum for Free. It's through trading. And it has nothing to do with like spending cash. And I get it for free when the price goes down and up and down and up and down and up. So it doesn't really matter in a trading account because you just get more Bitcoin and Ethereum as long as you have a strategy that you stick to. You did. The Mud Truck. Maybe you're just not familiar with Voyager. No, I use Bybit. Mud Truck, did you join Lever Atlas? I really recommend joining Lever Atlas too. I mean, I got a free trial running on it. Obviously, if you took the whole masterclass, there was a fantastic offer that I made that is just like, to me, it was a no-brainer. But to each their own. I don't know if you took it or not. But you could also get a free trial on Lever Atlas, and with that, you still get the trading course, which is, I don't know, 10 hours of content teaching you my trading strategy, like in depth, in like greater depth. Thanks to the hand wave, Mr. Frog. Trying to understand why you use Voyager, just to buy and sell crypto. So, because when I buy on there and sell, I don't pay any fees. So, I don't do everything on like a decentralized exchange or in a trading account. When I go buy crypto, the easiest way to buy it is just to buy it on a centralized exchange like Coinbase or Voyager, and I use Voyager because it's better. Like when I go buy $1,000 of Bitcoin, I get more Bitcoin for my $1,000 on Voyager than I do on Coinbase and most other on-ramps like Coinbase, KuCoin, etc. Same thing when I sell. When I sell my Bitcoin or whatever, I get more cash for my crypto than I do on all the other ones because they don't charge a fee. And Voyager pays interest for me just leaving crypto on their exchange, and it's extremely secure, extremely secure. So I leave a good chunk of my Bitcoin and Ethereum and other things on there, and a good chunk of my stablecoin, USDC, and then a portion, that's a big portion of my portfolio, and then the other portions of my portfolio I usually use in like DeFi and stuff like that, or in trading, or in NFTs. So it's about diversification. And Voyager is like the place where most people should have most of their stuff, probably, in my opinion. Depending on their experience level. Mud Truck, I have heart surgery next Tuesday. That's a big deal, man. I don't want to say good luck, that sounds contrite, but I really hope it goes even better than expected for you. So I've been on here a little over 2 hours. It's your third open heart surgery. Mud Truck, if you don't mind me asking, what's the condition? And how old are you? You don't have to answer, obviously. I need to take a shower. My pits stink. Heart valve replacement each time? I mean, is it the same heart valve or different ones? Because, I mean, we've really only got like, well, you got your intra-heart valves and your extra-heart valves. So what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. I mean, you got 4 intra between the 4 chambers. 56. That seems young. That seems young to be having this stuff. But it is what it is. Oh, it is the same one. Once. Wait, how many heart valves? How many heart valves, via number, have ever been worked on? I'm not a heart specialist. I'm sure you're familiar. I did used to practice as a doctor, so I know some stuff. But wasn't a cardiologist. First time it was cow valves. Well, no, I mean, how many valves? Because how many different do they just keep working on the same one valve in your heart, Or is it multiple valves that keep needing to be replaced? Cow valve. I went down if they started, two valves were replaced. Wow. Do you know if they were atrium? My guess is they're probably atrial. Sir, what can you say about ApeCoin? I think ApeCoin is going to go lower. I think ApeCoin is going to hit about 10, 11 bucks. I'm short on ApeCoin right now, which means aortic and mitral. Okay. The aortic, man. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Shit. It's nothing to take lightly, that's for sure. Especially the aortic. I mean, none of them are. But the aortic. Try to cow. Have they? What are they going to try now? Are they going to try? Are they going to try a pig? Because oddly enough, I think if I remember right, I think pig DNA is some of the most matching with human. Did you ever fight? I'm assuming Spider-Man, Dr. Crypto. But I'm short ApeCoin. Mechanical. That makes sense. That makes sense. Again, not a cardiologist. I mostly study finance and crypto and metaphysical shit now, mostly. So I don't keep up real good on that type of stuff. But they made us learn it at such high levels. You know, when you're in professional school, that's super advanced. Like, it makes college just seem really stupid. It's so much harder and so much more in depth. There's stuff just can't help it. Some of it just sticks in here. Plus, we had to dissect cadavers. I've dissected a cadaver, guys. Like that sticks in your mind after you do that type of stuff. But mechanical makes more sense to me. But again, I'm not a cardiologist expert. I have carbon fiber in my body now. Isn't that funny? You know, I was watching this last night. I was watching this thing with Elon Musk. And, you know, he has that whole Neuralink thing. I really do see a future where we do start to become a bit cyborg. Seriously. Which is freaky. But there's no end to what technology can do. I mean, I'm sure you'll be fine, Mud Truck. It's not an uncommon surgery. I'm sure whoever's doing it is very experienced. It's probably who you've already had before, and they're familiar with your charts and you and your history and your imaging and their work. So I feel very positive for you, and I certainly hope it does the job this time. You're welcome, Mud. Puppies, Kitten, House. The other weekend, not this last weekend, this hellacious, terrible Other Side Mint weekend, the weekend before, my niece was up here looking at a school, and we were walking around an area, and she loves cats. She has a cat. We saw a cat cafe, and so she really wanted to go in there, so we went in there, but the room to play with cats was booked out like through the weekend. But nonetheless, she got to hang out in there, the other areas, and it was really cool. They had some neon signs. They had one saying like, "Show me your kitties," and stuff like that. It was funny. I'd never been in a place like that before. I swear I just saw someone's name as being Queen Latifah. Queen House. Tomorrow I'll do a live stream again at noon. You know, we'll be doing live streams probably. Like this week and next week are kind of interesting for me because I also need to go probably next week. Two main reasons. It's morel mushroom season. I've never talked with you guys about how crazy me and my lady are about morel mushroom season. So we've got to get out to the mountains and get our fill of morel mushrooms, which means we have to get outdoors, and I'm not going to have service in a lot of it. And then next week too, I need to probably go to Montana with my mom and her partner, because his mom, her husband passed away over the holidays, and she's ready to need some stuff moved out of her house. And my mom's partner, he was just in a car accident like a month and a half ago, broke his sternum, so he's healing, and her back isn't real good, so I'm like, shit, they're not gonna be able to move stuff, so I kind of think I have to go. Now I'll probably still make content, but it will be less, and I'm kind of just cooling off these next couple weeks because I just think the market's going to go down. It's been going down. There's not as much to talk about because my status is probably going to, my view is going to be about the same, that we have probably at least 6 months of steady downward, but are you mostly talking about what we can do to put ourselves in the best positions for when it does go back up? Serena, yeah, I am a strong believer that the market is going to go down more, and it's fantastic. It's a fantastic thing because we will get to buy. This to me is the last true life-changing time we have in the crypto market cycles, which revolve around the Bitcoin halving, and the next Bitcoin halving is in March 2024, so a little less than 2 years from now. We also have the Ethereum merge, which at soonest is going to happen in about 6 months. I would not be a bit surprised if it didn't happen until next year. So I think as this stuff goes down, we have more and more opportunity, and I'm focused on Ethereum, Bitcoin, XRP, but gaming crypto, gaming NFTs, stuff like that. See you, Mud Truck. Be well, man. Silverstein, pimp, should I move crypto now that market is falling? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I sold a lot of my crypto last week, not because of that reason, because I had a bunch of KYC wallets amongst me and my friends and family that we were going to get other side land with, the Bored Ape land. So I liquidated sold a lot of my stuff. I didn't get any land. So now I got cash. I'm like, well, where do I put it? Well, I think the market's going to go down. So I bought some things back. I bought some Ethereum back, put it into my trading account so that I can use it to get a bunch of free Ethereum over the next couple years. Bitcoin too. But I still got a lot of cash, and I think I'm going to leave a lot of it in cash and put it in stable coins. It's in stable coin already. But I'm going to deploy it in places where it gets really good interest, like 30%. And let it grow as these prices go down, and I will kind of DCA when I feel we hit certain price points on the way down for mostly Ethereum. But then other things too, because they'll go down even more. Solana, Veracity, Chainlink, Vulcan Forge, Engine, Chainlink, if I didn't say that already, AVAX maybe, Phantom, Gala. Bitcoin going to touch 32? Yeah, I think there's a chance Bitcoin touches 22 in the next 6 to 9 months. That's where I'm at. And so that's my best thought. So I'm trying to make plans based on that. But the reality is my greater plan is always based on much further time frames. But we all, no matter how much money you have, you still only have so much capital to deploy. Even if you have billions of dollars, eventually you don't have any more money to spend. So how you allocate it still matters. I think right now is a great time because there's basically to me zero chance that in like 2.5 years from now, 3 years, that Bitcoin and Ethereum aren't worth a crap load more than they're worth right at this moment. So do with that information what you will. Just my opinion though. almost out of coffee. I've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. I like talking with you guys. If you're not in the Discord, join our Discord. I'm in there a bunch. The people in there are fantastic. It's not filled with 20,000 people. Your comments are seen. They're responded to. You can actually talk with people, myself included. Link in description and on YouTube. Link in bio, whatever, on TikTok. Just click my name. Thing will pop up with my logo. Click the logo, it'll take you to my bio page, and then there'll be a link. Click the link, take you to my resources page, and scroll down, you'll see the Discord link. Also follow me on YouTube. You'll see the YouTube link too. Actually, at the very top of the resources page, there's a little play button. You can just click that. I think I'm going to go. Had a good time here with you all today. This was a different type of live stream as usual. I just felt too tired today to go over charts. I'm still recovering from the other side cluster of a launch. So, but you guys are awesome. I appreciate you being on here with me. A lot of you that are on here right now have been on here on this stream with me basically the entire time. I appreciate you more than my words can convey. And that really goes for all of you. But I hope you find value here. Come, if you like me, if you like what I'm doing, come further into my world. See if it gives you more value. Join the Discord. Check out my YouTube. Join the text list. Definitely get in the Discord. And I'm trying to figure out ways to improve that more and more. I'm one person. I'm basically a one-man team. I only have so much time. I work my ass off, but sometimes I get burned out. And right now I'm feeling a little burned out. So that's why today was more of a lackadaisical, slower pace stream. But to sum it up, I think the market is overall going to continue to go down. I think tomorrow things are going to go up, and they might for the rest of the week, because Powell, the Federal Reserve Chairman, will talk tomorrow. He'll announce the 0.5, but then what he says after that is why the markets are stagnant right now, because they're waiting to see what he'll say. It's expected he might announce a 0.75% hike next, which would be like in June next month. But a lot of it's already priced in, so we'll see what he says. And then the market, I think overall it's going to go up. Oh, Mud Truck, still here. You're welcome, bud. Good luck. Best to you tomorrow, really. But Mark says, already over there. Glad to have you in the community, Mark, in the Discord. Jeff, I know you're over there. Appreciate you a lot. All right, y'all. I'm going to take off. I'm going to take a shower, take dog for a walk. I'm just trying to think I'm really trying to think bigger and bigger about the moves to make. And in a bull market, that's hard to do. I mean, because you can't miss in a bull market. But in the greater scheme of things, you really need to be able to slow down and spend some time thinking and conceptualizing. And to me, Ethereum, duh. Gala's kind of a duh to me. Chainlink. But crypto, blockchain gaming and real NFT communities with utility, which sounds so buzzword and cliche, but any real ones, like I really like Imposter. That's a game too. You know, I just blockchain gaming. If I had to say one thing, go do your research on blockchain gaming. Just spend this time doing that, in my opinion. Hey, thanks for the gamepad, Sofa King. You're the man. You know that. But if I had to say one thing, take this time to really explore the different blockchain gaming projects out there. And I mean, don't spend a day, don't spend 2 days. I mean, spend weeks. And once you spend weeks, hell, you spend a day, 2, you'll be like, this is so interesting. And then you'll start to understand, if you don't already, why it's such a big deal and why it's probably most likely going to be the first true mainstream adoption in blockchain and crypto. is the blockchain NFT gaming. It's amazing. I mean, it's like you land in America and you get to just like stake your claim, stake your land. Like you can do that. Like the game Mirandus that Gala's going to be putting out. You can own NFTs, right? They're deeds. They're deeds to virtual land, to virtual possessions, such as a boat, a tavern, a dock, a castle, a sword, a weapon forgery, a armor shop. You know, you can own these things, and people in the game come to you to use your services or buy your goods. Just like in the real world, it's a real economy. And it's not even new. Like that's the way gaming's been for a long time. It's just that the money only went one way, and the people that really made it the most valuable, which were the users, the players, did not get any of that value. And it's just obvious. And it's not even that like, oh, we're cheated. No, it's like, no, try to make it as much as the real world as possible. Allow me to participate in the economy. Allow me, the things that I own, allow me to sell them to other people if I want. The coins that I earn in this game allow me to turn those into real world cash if I want, hence crypto coin. If I own a boat or a dock in this game and people need to use it and they pay my character, my player, me, money, allow me to get that money and turn it into real cash if I want. Other than not just use it in the game. I can use it in the game, but give it more utility. Allow me to spend more time doing this, because you build a real economy in there. I can spend more time in here. This can actually become more of the real world to me. Metaverse. This can become more of the real world to me. I can justify more time. I can enjoy more time. There's more aspects and dynamics for me to be involved here. So I really like Big Time too. I'm going to get my Exalted Space back, which is the highest level. Sold it for the damn other side thing, but then I couldn't even get the money out anyways, and now I can't even buy it back because the money's in limbo for 7 days. That's they got to change that. But, you know, maybe I get my Exalted Space back for less than I sold it for. We'll see. Oh, I got to get my Silver Pass back too. Have you seen a new cryptocurrency named Jumpin'? It's gone from 1 cent to 64. Is it like Steppin'? Because I use Steppin'. If they're just trying to like copy Steppin', I'd probably avoid it now if I already made that big of a jump. Because if they're trying to be like that, imitating, even with the name, that's not a good sign to me. That's me. That's my opinion. But no, I haven't heard of it. I'm going to hop off. I've been on here for about 2.5 hours. I'll see y'all most likely tomorrow, noon Pacific Standard Time. Streaming live on TikTok and YouTube. And I will pull up the charts tomorrow because there will be the Fed meeting tomorrow, which is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's kind of a Ron Burgundy big deal. Peace.